Tempt. Romance audiobooks. A safe place to explore your dreams.
Chapter 1. Emile. Like a vampire walking into a church, I feel like my body might combust as I step foot into the Regency. Not because I don't belong here. The opposite, actually. I've been raised with extreme wealth in places like this all over the world, but I don't see the glamour in it anymore. I wish I'd stayed in Amsterdam. Giselle, my sister, waves wildly from down the chandelier-lit hallway, and at least she brings a smile to my face. Elle, what have you done? I barely hold back my laugh. But it's not at my sister's expense. No, I'm impressed. Giselle's long blonde hair has been completely shaved off. She's got a septum piercing, and there's no way those rags she's wearing are designer.
Gran said to look our best today. I just got it done.
She clasps her hands demurely in front of her. Feeling rebellious, are we?
What the fuck does it matter?
She asks, dropping the act.
I'm not getting any of the money, so she can't hold it over me.
Until recently, that's exactly why I played their game. Now, I can't help wonder if it's worth it. Unlike Elle, I will inherit a sizable chunk, but the majority of the inheritance will go to our father and uncles, as always. What the hell do they need all that extra money for? What do I need it for?
You okay?
Elle asks. I'm back in Seattle, surrounded by family. What's not to love? Her lips twitch, but she keeps the English composure we've been taught to hide behind our entire lives.
Literally every part of that sentence. I'm sorry about Pa. You two were so close.
Emotions threatened to take over again, because we were close. The closest. He was the one person I could always rely on growing up, who gave me time and attention because he wanted to, not because it looked good. I glanced back over my shoulder to check we're alone, and stepped closer. I almost didn't come back for this. If it was anyone but him, I probably wouldn't have. She nods.
After this, we'll go back to your apartment for a drink.
I'm going to need many, many drinks. Ready to go in? I ask, because I'm going to have to insist it's lady first. For no other reason than I can't wait for my parents to see what she's done. It might even startle a reaction out of our zombie mother. Elle pretends to brush the hair from her shoulders and pushes her way inside. Even though the memorial hasn't started yet, the room is in full motion. Waitstaff are busy with table settings, and the smell of tea is already heavy in the air. Heaven help them if they get it wrong. Or, God forbid, use bags instead of leaves. Gran's always complaining about the uncultured Americans, but I must be an abomination of an Englishman because I really don't give a fuck about tea. We've lived in America for the better part of my life, so while I was raised an Englishman, I'm a bastardization of every country we hopped between while I was younger, until we eventually settled here for good. My gaze finds where my father is following the house manager and then flows to my mother. Face perfectly passive as ever, she shakes her head slowly, and the woman in front of her hurries to rearrange the centerpiece. Like the placement of flowers is somehow of the utmost importance. Kill me now. My family is, well, they're the worst product of generational wealth. They're obsessed with maintaining status and order, believe the rest of the world is beneath them, and think that because they have money, they deserve to be revered. I'm convinced my mother believes she's the American-based version of the monarchy. We've been approached multiple times to film a reality TV show, but, thankfully, that sort of thing is beneath the Cromwells. If it wasn't for Pa, I'd probably have turned out the same. Since graduating from Cambridge, I've taken a gap year, and then another gap year. Then, well, I'm 26 years old, and I've only been home for the occasional birthday party or milestone. My parents believe I'm gaining life experience before I learn the family business, but the only experiences I'm having are how to live away from them all. And now, I'm back. For the funeral of the one family member I've ever looked up to. My heart squeezes in on itself for the 1,000th time since I got the news of my grandfather's death, but I tuck the emotion away and try to remember the Emile that I am here. If I hadn't wanted to show my respects for Pa, I never would have come. I've been working on myself while I was away, figuring things out, and one of those things is that I don't want to inherit CW shipping. As one of the largest shipping companies on the planet, I'm supposed to be desperate for the position. It was founded by great relatives in England before they opened locations all across the globe. Gran was set to inherit none of the company until she married Pa, and he stepped in and took the reins. Which means their direct descendants have first dibs on prime position. I don't want any of it. I'd have told them all already, but Pa's funeral isn't the place to go into all that. I'm here now, and that means playing this pompous game. I fix my smile and open my arms wide. Mother? I swear her eyes brighten, just a touch, but nothing else on her face changes.
You're home, Emile. How was your flight?
Comfortable. It's a total lie. I swear coach was created as torture for the masses. The first time I flew in those cramped quarters was a shock to the system, but I refuse to be a hypocrite. The only times I touch my trust fund is when I'm stateside, or need to keep up the Cromwell appearances. Mum leans in to press a kiss to my cheek when her gaze drifts to Elle.
Giselle Cromwell, where is all of your beautiful hair?
Elle shrugs.
The trash by now, I presume?
Mum pales so fast, she looks ready to faint, and the fact I take pleasure at her annoyance makes me as bad as the rest of them.
You're...
Oh, okay. She's actually in shock. It's not often Mum is lost for words. I step forward and wrap my arm around her. It's only hair.
Only hair? She repeats faintly. What will your grandmother think?
Who's this random person at my party? I manage, in a bored voice. Elle snorts a laugh.
I love how everyone's assuming she'll pay me a second of attention in the first place. Ah, so that's why you're acting out attention.
Before Elle can reply, Dad's booming voice crosses the room. Giselle Cromwell, tell me I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing. The spark Elle held while she was facing down Mum fades. The same blank Cromwell stare comes over her, and my gut twists at having to stand there complicitly while Dad orders Elle to leave and make herself more presentable. Perception is the most important thing. No one gives a shit about feelings when we're not supposed to have any. I learned to shove mine down from a young age, but the older I've gotten, the less room I have to hide everything. Dad's attention slides from Elle's retreating back to me. He looks me over, then, when I apparently meet his approval, he holds out his hand. I'm glad you made it back in time. Wouldn't dream of missing it.
Excuse me, sir,
the house manager murmurs.
Further to our discussion yesterday, I wanted to confirm that we've relocated the wedding ceremony from next door to an outdoor area farther down the hall.
Excellent. Any issues?
None. We were very accommodating.
Dad gives his curt nod, and the house manager scrambles away. I frown. Did I? Please tell me I'm misinterpreting, but it almost sounded like you asked for a wedding to be relocated. Of course I did. Damn rowdy things. They'll be in and out all day. I didn't want your grandmother having to deal with that kind of headache. That ever-present knot in my gut twists tighter, and I mimic Dad's nod. Excuse me. Today is going to be horrendous.
You can listen to the rest of the book in the Tempt Romance audiobooks app, available on the App Store and Google Play. The link to the book is in the description. Discover even more bestsellers and exclusive stories updated weekly. Only in Tempt Romance audiobooks.